Hello, everyone. How are you? And welcome to another episode of Ask Coach Ruth. If this is your first time watching me, I want to say a special welcome to you. Ask Coach Ruth is all about asking questions on love, dating, relationships, and marriage. So if you have questions you would like me to answer, just beneath this video, there's an anonymous link there. Click on the link and I get to answer your question on one of the episodes. Right. Okay, so today, this question says, I'm currently in a relationship, and during one of our conversations, he opened up about dealing with masturbation and pornography. This came up after his previous relationship where his mind had gone wild because of the things that occurred between them. He told me he was working on it and trusting God to deliver him. He mentioned how he has taken time to listen to those who have overcome it. He's someone that is spiritual with the things of God, leads meetings. I'm assuming this means leads meetings in church. When I see him talking about God, sometimes I feel that this is the person. I think this is what she wanted to say. I feel like, is this the person that has been dealing or that is dealing with addictions and preaching? I am praying for him, but I don't know what to do. Okay, so first of all, let us understand that people deal with addictions. So people have things that they're dealing with even as Christians. People have crosses that they are carrying even as Christians. And we do not judge people for that. We do not, castigate people for that. That's not what, God tells us to do. That's not what the Bible tells us to do. We're supposed to help people when they're struggling with things, especially people in the Christendom, people who are Christians like us. We're supposed to help them, build them up, lift them up, and all of that. So my response here is not targeted at the fact that he's struggling with an addiction, because I'm not in a position to judge someone that's struggling with an addiction. What we're supposed to do is to help the person. The Bible says when one falls, the other one can pull them up. And that's not talking about marriage alone. I believe that's talking about us Christians in general. But when it comes to marriage, this is what I would usually advise. When we're getting married to someone, we're getting married to the good, the bad, and the ugly of that person. So the question I always ask as a single person, is that, are you ready to deal with the bad? Do you have the capacity to deal with the bad? So in this case, he has opened up to you about what he's dealing with. Now, the question here is, are you willing to help him if this addiction does not stop? If in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, he's still struggling with it, are you willing to cope in that marriage? So marriage is about the choices that we make, and it starts from who we choose to marry. And this is why God has given us the liberty to choose. He has, God doesn't choose for us. Even when we look at Adam and Eve, God had to bring Eve to Adam, and Adam looked at Eve and said, now this is the bone of my bones. God did not impose Eve on him. God brought Eve, and he had to certify that, yes, I want this one. So God has given us the willingness to choose. He who finds a wife. When we talk about find, we're talking about making a choice there. You go find. We're making a choice. So, and that's one of the beautiful things about being a single person, the fact that you are able to choose. Now, when you make your choice, you will enjoy the benefits of your choice and also the consequences of your choice. Like I said, when you're marrying someone, you're not just marrying the good parts. You are marrying the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are all human beings. We are imperfect. So I have my good parts, I have my bad parts. My husband has his good parts, he has his bad parts. The question is, can you live with the bad parts? Just in case the bad part never changes. Can you live with it? So the question I have for you here is, while you are praying for him, and while you really you are in a relationship with him, so I believe that you have feelings of love for him already, think about it. If the addiction does not stop in 1 year and you're already married, do you think you can still be the wife and the support that he needs? See, the truth is, God will not give us more than we can bear. However, we must also remember that when it comes to making a choice, God will not really go against our will. So it is in your will now to choose. If you believe that, yes, I can support him, I can help him, I can trust God with him, I believe this masturbation and pornography is going to end, then by all means go ahead and marry him. But if you are not sure, if you do not think you have the capacity or you have the faith to wait with him, do not marry him. Because if you get married to him, you will be frustrated, you will be resentful, you will be angry because you have taken something that you cannot handle. So I'm not judging him for dealing with addiction. Matter of fact, I am praying with you that he will be able to get the help that he needs. God has restored people from addictions. He can get therapy, he can be accountable with someone. So that's another part of it. What is he doing, to help him with the addiction? So is he accountable to you? Yes, it is. Prayer is important because God is the restorer. But there are also people that God has given this wisdom to help in this area. So there are therapists who are specialized in this area. He may want to, look into that. But more importantly is you have a choice. As a single person, you always have a choice. And the choice is, whatever I choose, I'm ready to enjoy the benefits and also to handle the consequences that comes with it. So this guy has opened up to you, which is an amazing thing. Some people would not even open up to you. So it shows that to an extent, he has integrity. Now, the question is, the main thing here is, are you ready to support him and to help him in this challenging phase of his life? If you tell yourself, no, I'm not ready to deal with this, I'm going to be frustrated, I'm not going to be able to deal with it, then don't marry him, leave him. And God will bring him someone that will have the capacity for that with him. But if you think that you can deal with it, I would say by all means, go marry him. And just like that, just like God said to, that person in the Bible and say, your faith has made you whole. So it is about your faith. If you have faith, if you believe that you can handle it, you can deal with it, because you might get married and in 1 year, he's still struggling with masturbation and pornography. At that point, you are married. So what are you going to do? But if you believe that you have the capacity to manage it, to deal with it, or to trust God with him that even before marriage, this thing is going to stop, then by all means go ahead. But what I want you to know is that as a single person, you always have a choice. And whatever you choose will be the outcomes that you experience. So God has given us a will to choose. So when you choose something, know that you will enjoy the benefits, and you would also have to deal with the consequences that comes with it. So I'm praying for you and I'm praying for him. I pray that God will restore him, more importantly. But that's a choice that you have to make. And you have to make that choice knowing that it comes with the good and the bad. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. Drop your comments. I want to hear from you what you think. Even though you're not a marriage counselor, someone may read your comment and they may just learn something from it. Also, remember to give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, your single friends, and let them also learn from this episode. Until next week, I'm going to see you again. Bye.